I prepared a ballad of sorts for this occasion. Closing time, time for us to all. So finish your whiskey and beer. It's raw on the throat.
Oh, well, my name's Fox Rhinzo, and Fox, and welcome to the last episode of the last review, at least, of season 3 of Rick and Morty, where the next episode will be sometime in the future. Next I see you, whatever, next season's done. Probably in a year. I'm gonna go ahead and assume probably either again a year from now, or maybe even around the same time that the next season of Game of Thrones comes out. Around that similar thing. At least now I know about Harmontown, so I can at least watch their Pathfinder. I don't know. I gotta freaking I don't know. But anyways, this is the newest episode of Rick and Morty, the season finale, and I'm totally not biding my time as I don't remember what the fuck the title of the episode is. The Rickchurian Mortydate. Totally did not forget that or remember it at all. But in any case, this episode I'm going to say right now is not the season finale of season 2. I'm going to say that right now. It's not the season finale of season 2. Is it going to have ramifications on season 3? Oh, heck yes. But, yeah, it's not going to be season 2 style. It's not going to be like season 2 where it was like that big cliffhanger of like, well, what are they going to do? Earth's taking over and all this stuff. It's not gonna be that. It's not that. It's everything. Like Dan Harmon really did the whole formulaic. Like again, at the beginning of it, everything turns out all right again, and loops around. Kind of stinks that I really do think it kind of stinks that Beth and Jerry kind of got back together a little bit. And I think it would have been kind of cool if they would have kept on going with them not being together. But, and honestly could have added a couple more things like that. I like how they also continued with the whole Beth being a clone thing. Like, is she actually a clone? Is she not? I also do like that, like, the whole bit where, like, he went to go with the president to go fight whatever's in the basement was literally just, like, the first, 5 minutes. And it's just like, yeah, we're not doing this anymore. This episode was good. It's basically Rick and the president seeing who's longer contest. Just saying who's better at this or whatever. Rick basically showing that he can do all this by himself, and the president tries to say, I can do it by myself, and doesn't do it by himself. But yeah, this is good. I like the episode. Again, is it as good as season 2 season finale? No, it's not. I'm gonna say that right now. Again, I still love I love the episodes of Rick and Morty, especially this season. This season has some pretty good episodes. But this one also there's a Spy Kids reference, I believe, at that towards the end. But out of all this episode was still good. It was still a fun thing, and it is kind of like, okay, what's gonna happen now? Because they said, oh, it looks like the next season might be more mainstream with Jerry and Beth having a better relationship or something together. And, I do kind of like the whole bit, again, that Beth basically didn't know if she was a clone or not. Because Rick wouldn't tell her if she was a clone, and she may be a clone, but it turns out she's not a clone, or she possibly still is. Who knows? And, also shows that Rick is now staying with, which I kind of wish it would have ended with Rick leaving, because again, spoilers for the ending. Basically, Morty and everyone else basically says that they want that one. Beth says she wants to stay with Jerry after the whole crisis about her being a clone or not. And Rick says, "Why should I stay here when I'm still now the lowest ranking person in this family," or stuff like that. But he pulls the whole thing saying "Oh, I'm Rick from this dimension, and I'm Fish Hat Rick, and I can help you, Mr. President," because the president made him basically an enemy of the state. And also, I love the entire fight. I love the entire last fight. Just the hilarious, if you get near me, you're gonna die. Died. What the fuck? What But the Eternal would be like knocking him out. No, everyone wants to be knocked out. No one wants to die. And just the entire fight, where like the end with like the invisible people's like, I can see these guys, right? It's like, don't push your luck. Oh, it's freaking great. But the episode was great. Again, it's fun. It's not as good as the other season finale. Which the other season finale at least felt like, okay, what the fuck are the ramifications of this? But again, it kind of because I now know and it is the TV trope too of it's not Dan Harmon's thing, but the formula of starts off regular, goes through crisis, and ends up regular again. That continuous circle, and that works. That does work for some shows, but I just feel like Rick and Morty should have. And the thing is, I do still feel like this show is still progressing. Even though, like, again, like, I kind of really wish this would have ended more with. It would have been cool if this episode would have ended with this Rick, the Rick we're following, leaving and going to a dimension where Beth doesn't think she's a clone, where Morty, or whatever, like, seeing something along those lines. I think it would have been kind of cool to see something like that, if only because then we could have a whole bit with, like, we can have a whole bit with, like, Rick, maybe figuring out, like, restarting over. Like, we could have, like, kind of a satire on shows that constantly repeat themselves. Where, like, the characters never really learn anything and stuff like that. And, like, Rick goes back kind of, like, to a season 1. Because they even say in the beginning of this one, it's going to be, like, season 1 with, like, more streamlined this and that stuff and this. And it's just, like, I really don't want that. But then again, like, if they would have... Thank you, Sheikah Slate. Or Sheikah Slate. But I really don't exactly want that, but it would have been kind of cool, like, we have Rick go to another dimension. And Rick goes that dimension, and it is, like, season 1 for, like, an episode or something. And Rick's just like, I'm not feeling it. Like, something like that. Like, he's not feeling it. He doesn't, I guess, have still a connection with this Morty or this Beth and stuff like that. Because he must have some connection to now stay here in this world. And it would have been kind of cool to see that explored a little bit in the season 4 first episode. And then go back to his original dimension if you want to keep the whole circle. And then, again, also another thing. Even though, and again, like I said, this show is still showing progress, which it is. Unlike season 1 where, like, everything's new and alien and stuff like that to the characters. Now after 3 seasons, they're kind of figuring, yeah, this is kind of the quote-unquote norm. And I really... Oh, God, I saw, like a ball of hair or something move. I thought it was, like, a giant spider. Like, it's kind of the norm. And the thing is, like, that's good. That, like, it's, like, they're progressing along with it. But it is also in the kind of sense of, like, we're seeing Morty know different alien types, speak different aliens, stuff like that. So it is kind of like now, instead of it being just, oh, Morty's the wide-eyed boy learning, oh my God, Rick, what is that, Rick? It's now, yeah, Rick, that's that thing. You're not really dazzling me anymore. It's kind of like, sure, like, they're getting used to all this. They're getting, I think I'm repeating myself at this point. They're getting used to everything that's already happened or is happening now. And it's kind of in a sense, well, where will this take this later? Will it be like Rick really kind of won't be needed in a sense? Because it's like all the supernatural and spectacular stuff that he shows them, they're all kind of, getting used to. In the end, he's just going to be quote-unquote normal basically at this point. And the question is how Rick take that, being that his family basically adapted to his craziness, his shenanigans and stuff like that. And he even shows that, like, at this point, like, Beth, this thing with Beth, like, loving her father and scared of him to leave, is now gone. Like she says in the end of this episode, it's gone. Her whole thing with her fighting with Jerry, that's gone. And, again, Morty now isn't, wide-eyed, like, oh, God. Like, no, now it's like, okay, now we know, all right, I know all this stuff. It's like seeing, because again, like, after, like, the couple seasons that have passed, season 4, like, it will be like, well, what exactly do we do now for all this stuff? Also, there was Minecraft. Did Minecraft support Rick and Morty or something? Or, was it product placement or something? I don't freaking know. It's kind of funny. It was funny, though. But, this was good. This was a good episode. I kind of, again, want to see some of the ramifications of this. I think it would have been a better, for season 4, kind of quote-unquote cliffhanger, if you would have had Rick, leaving. Just leaving, like, I'm not staying here, and just leaves. And goes to a dimension where, heck, if you want to even, like, hammer in a little bit more, like, allude more to the whole idea of that Rick is from a dimension where he was with Morty from, birth a little bit, when Morty was born and stuff, and then left that, and that becoming evil Morty. We could have him, leaving this world and going to a world where, again, he's been gone for however many years, and now he's back in Beth's life, and then it's basically like, kind of like season 1, but then Rick's like, I'm tired of this. Like, he's tired of jumping worlds and restarting over or something like that. I don't know. I think that it'd be cool, but again, this is more just along the lines of how is the family going to be now? And, like, there's not going to be the angry Beth stuff, and it's quote unquote going to be more streamlined. I doubt it's going to be, but, I want to know how that's going to be, how that's going to feel. This season, whether you loved it or hated it, I liked it. I thought it was great. I do feel though, like, the first, 2 to 3 episodes, it was about the divorce. And then, it kind of just trailed off, which apparently helped, I think, a lot with some things. But it trailed off a little bit, but it showed a little bit more of the side stories of everything coming from the divorce. And then it just came back together where they're back to not being divorced. And it's just I kind of wish that would have separated a little bit longer. But then again, either that or at least now with this bit, Rick would have taken up the offer because why don't you just go to another... Because again, another thing, they don't care basically anymore if Rick leaves or goes. They even say, why don't you just go to another dimension where you're going to be happy or something like that. They literally just say, why don't you just leave? And just something like that is kind of like, well, they don't really care now. Again, that's the more ramifications. They don't care if Rick leaves. They don't really care if Rick leaves or stays or whatever, because he doesn't care, and it seems to now go towards them that they don't care about him. And now it's just kind of, how is that going to work out? I don't know. Again, I want to know what's going to happen next. The episode was good. I've talked more about the ramifications of everything, because the episode itself is, again, just seeing who can pee the farthest in this. That's basically what it is, him versus the president. It's hilarious as all hell, but it's freaking great. But yeah, the action stuff is good. This is an alright episode. Season finale wise, it could have felt a bit better, felt a little bit more to it. But I don't know, because what is it? Season 1 just had the freeze day thing. Season 2 had the big cliffhanger that had everyone like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next? And this one, it kind of goes back to the season 1 bit, where it's just kind of like, well, what's gonna happen next? Kinda, don't worry, Rick and Morty's coming back. It's not like leaving you at the edge of your seats like, oh god, what's gonna happen? How's Rick gonna get out of this? What does he mean that he's done everything? Why is game theory gonna make a theory about this? Or film theory, map path. But yeah, the episode was good. I liked it. But season finale wise, it's okay. Season finale again, regular episode of Rick and Morty, great. It's fun. It's awesome. Season finale wise, it's alright. Honestly, if you wanted to do a good season finale, if you wanted to have a good season finale with a big cliffhanger, they should have swapped this one out for the, well, yeah, it still could have worked. You could have had this as the second to last one, and then move the Rick Lantis mix-up and put that one towards the end. Because at least that one, it leaves... Because, again, the whole thing, like, again, like, how is Rick going to get out of this? And he gets out of it, like, the first episode of the thing, and, like, the whole thing, like, Earth is taken over by aliens, is completely, like, skated over completely, basically. Like, up they leave, bye! That's about it for that. But, like, they could have easily had done, like, had the Rick Lance mix-up be the season finale of this one. He was like, what is this great adventure that they're going to go on last for the season finale? And it's like, this is just like, okay. And then towards the end, you know, have the reveal of Evil Morty and all that stuff. Then it'd be like, oh my god, what's going to happen next? And then, you know, not tell us for the next couple years. And again, because at least, again, from a marketing standpoint, I kind of get that one at least a bit more. Because it's just like, well, yeah, now you guys are really going to want to know what happens in season 4. But having it to where it just happens 2 episodes before the last one, it kind of is just like, well, that happened. Back those things, and now this episode is just kind of like, okay. I don't know. The episode was fun. I liked it. Tell me in the comments below. Thanks for watching. But now is the long wait. So first off, you gotta get your bag and get your together, man. Get your together.
I'd like to thank everyone for watching this idiot's vlog reviews of this season of Rick and Morty, and I'm going to continue my season finale ballad. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home.
I know who I want to take me home, take me